Listen. Do you mind if I put my 2 cents in?
No, honey, I don't mind.
Call the police immediately.
I don't get it.
No idea what you're talking about. Yes? Hello? Hi, stranger.
I want ham and eggs and flapjacks with lots of butter and syrup and coffee. I'll take the coffee now.
Why are you coming with my brain?
Where's my dough?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Vibes and Stuff Live in the Morning. It's your host, Chuck Allen, with your host, Uncle Freezy, and special guest, Pastor Jeremy Maynard. Good morning, vibrant ones. How y'all doing this morning? Rev, how you doing this morning?
Excited to be alive.
Well, I'm well.
Yes, sir.
I'm well, bro. I'm well. Yeah, man. When I get with Pastor J, I get, I'm already talkative as is. But you know how you get with people that you're comfortable with, and all of a sudden, and all of a sudden, you forget the reason why you here. Like, oh snap, man, we got a show to do, man. Let me get. Yeah, man.
Love you,
Miss Geraldine is in the building. How you doing, Miss Geraldine? Yeah, man. So Chuck, you know how we start every morning, man.
Yes, sir.
What is in your cup?
You know how I give it up. Same old. Sparkling water this morning is mango.
Right. Is that the same brand as yesterday?
Yes,
Yeah, I bet you that's blazing, bro.
it is.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just got a tall glass
You
of
see-
water.
You see that frost on it, man? Oh yeah, this is about to be that one.
Yeah.
How about you, Pastor? What you having this morning?
Well, I have water, but it's not in the room with me. I have water right here.
Yeah.
I literally came in from picking up my dropping off my child this morning at school, and came right into the prayer closet. Made your beard left as soon as I came in the door. Came right into the prayer closet, so I didn't even grab my water. My water is in another room.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, man. Hey, so Chuck, let me ask you this last night, because I got a quick story to tell, but I want to ask you this.
Yes. Here in the tri-state area, it's a mild 66 degrees, with the winds blowing northwest 9 miles per hour. Hopefully we'll reach 75 degrees today here in the tri-state area.
Man, yeah, here in sunny South Carolina, it's a little nippy. Chuck, it just got to 62 degrees.
Wow.
Just 62. Last night it got so quiet. I was like, what's going on? Because this is the season where your thing is always running, trying to keep the temp in your house at or below the temperature, right? You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't running. So I'm walking around like, what's going on? But when you set it to 71 and it's 67, nothing happens. Way I'ma love me some light bill this month. I'ma love me some light bill this month, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I found myself bundling up like with that little throw. I'm looking for the little throw. You know how you sleepy, you looking for the little throw. You getting a little. Yeah, in summertime. In the summer, man. Look, in the summertime, all I need something. I just need something to cover up the mattress. I don't need no covers, no nothing. In the summertime,
Just a bed sheet.
It's a bed sheet, just something between me and the mattress. That's all I want, right? But then when it transitions to fall, you're like, oh, geez, what that little throw? You know, you looking for that because you have it folded all nice and neat on the bed. Like I'm a big guy, right? And I got a big bed, right? So I go bounce on the bed and then roll over to a spot and just, oh, thank goodness, some sleep. You know what I'm saying? Last night I was, like the baby, how the baby get cold and you put the little, wrap the baby up. That's how I was last night on this bed, just earlier, just like, where that little throw at? I slept good though, ironically, nice and quiet, nice thin little sheet. You know what I'm saying? On the bed, your man Uncle Freezy was tucked in there like he was 4 years old. Slept good. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Your wifey likes the comforter anyway, so to have the AC and the comforter at the same time.
At the same time. And the ceiling fan on.
Oh yeah. But it causes us to be closer. That's all it means.
Man. Yeah, man. So new media troll leaders in the building. Soul Finger, what's good, man? We see you.
What's good? Soul Finger, Miss Geraldine, New Media.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
I think we said this. I said this yesterday. How is it that the South is colder than up here? What's going on?
I was just about to ask if it was South Dakota.
Right. Like, where you at, man? You in the Carolinas or you up north? Nah, man. It is what it is. Even right now, I'm a little nippy. Last night I did a show. I had a hoodie on. I'm thinking about going and grabbing another one, man. It's about that season here. Now don't get it twisted. At about 10:30, trust me, the temperatures will flip. It will be scorching here. You know what I'm saying? And when y'all that fall breeze will still be that fall breeze will cut by the bodega and dodge that mailbox and rush down that street and hit you right where you at.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
With us, that sun gonna be beating down on us, bro. Even in December down here, even in December, bro. It ain't nothing to be 81 degrees.
Wow.
82 degrees in December.
That's nice.
Yeah. At 2:00 in the afternoon. You know what I mean? But it's temperate. It is what it is. We expect it down here. We expect it. It's a good thing. And one of the other good things about the South, in December it's about 81 degrees, so I don't have to. That heater won't kick on until about once the sun go down. Once the sun go down.
Yeah, all bets off then.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
But you don't have to shovel. You don't have to shovel.
No.
Yeah. And then plus we have pets too, so we're always outside. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them deals too. One of them deals too, man. So, but let me do this real quick. Hey everybody, so we got a topic that we kind of want to jump on today. It's not as intense as yesterday's topic, where you have people using racial slurs in the workplace because they feel like they can do it because they own the workplace. But we got another topic that I wanted to talk with y'all about today. So if I can find health and lifestyle, we can get right to it. Here it is. Yeah, man. So, so Chuck, I've been an advisor to 2 or 3 people
Yes, sir.
for the last whatever amount of time or so, and so I've been helping them build a business. And the thing about building a business, man, you have to have before. So Chuck, let me ask you this: you ever been around somebody that wanted to start their own business?
Several people. They want. I mean, it's a conversation. That's all it ever is a conversation. Man, I'm about to start this trucking company. Oh, okay, all right. First and foremost, do you have your CDL? Oh man, I'm working on that.
Right.
Hey man, I want to start this restaurant, man. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Found the location.
Do you own your building?
Right.
Right. Okay, so these are the things, man, that some of these things, man, with business and it's even with. But tomorrow, I had a joint, man. I wanted to do a show tomorrow on parenting. Right. Today I'm doing the business one, but even with parenting, bro, a lot of people have the baby first. And you like, well, what venture do you start off with the destination first without a journey? You get the destination first, then go on a journey. You know what I'm saying? With business, just like what you mentioned, ironically, a trucking company. So I asked, yo, you got your CD? Yeah, I got my CD, man. I used to work for such and such trucking company. Now I just want to do it myself, man. I'm tired of people telling me what to do. I want to be my own boss. I want to be at home. Right. Okay, I got you, Chuck. People will say, I want to start my own trucking company and blah, blah, blah. And so the first thing I ask is, the first few questions I ask, do you have your own truck? No, I'm going to lease it. Okay. Having your own truck and owning your own truck, they don't have to be mutually exclusive. Like, as long as you get your own truck, that's okay. But if you're leasing, you got to find a way to pay for it. Do you have a way to pay for that truck that you're leasing? No, I'm going to have the business pay for the leasing. Okay. How much money do you saved up for those early payments, those early leasing payments before you start making money? I ain't got nothing yet. I'm going to write a grant. Wait a minute. Hold on. So you hadn't wrote your grant. You hadn't written the grant yet. No, I didn't write my grant yet. Okay, what are you waiting on? I got to find a grant writer. Okay. So you hadn't found somebody that you trust to write your grant, and trust in 2 ways. Trust that they're effective and trust that they won't screw you. Right? What do you mean screw me? Oh, jeez. Okay. So you hadn't even found a grant writer yet, right? Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Have you found a place to park your truck when you get it? I'm just parking in the yard. You're gonna park your truck in your yard. Yes. You see where this is going, Chuck?
I know exactly where this is going.
You see where this is going, right? And so then I ask, how are you gonna with that lease? Is that truck going to be insured through the leasing company, Or are you going to have to supply some type of insurance coverage? Well, I don't know yet. When I talk to them about it, wait a minute. So you don't have any insurance right now or any? No, man, Uncle Freezy, calm down. This is how it worked for everybody. And so I talked to, let's call him X. X is a good dude. X is a good dude. He a big boy too. You know what I'm saying? He a big boy, like to eat like myself, right? So I'm like, X, you're gonna start your trucking company. You don't own a truck. You're gonna lease a truck at the same time that you want to buy a truck. So your ultimate goal is to own your own truck. So you're gonna lease a truck until you can buy a truck outright and then terminate that leasing agreement and then take the money saved and buy a truck. He's like, no, I'm a financer. Wait a minute. So you're gonna finance a truck and lease a truck and pay for insurance. So do you know, okay. Do you have any potential clients lined up? No, I have to show them that I have a truck first. And then once I show them I have a truck in my experience, and hopefully I'll get a bunch of clients. Well, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. So Chuck, when I start asking you all these questions, guess what the question is to Uncle Freezy? Why you hating on me, Uncle Freezy? people like y'all love to kill people's dreams, man. Y'all love to kill people's dreams. Y'all haters. You jealous because I want to be a truck because I got a CDL and I've been driving for 20 years. X, I'm not jealous of you, bro. I just want you to be successful. Well, how you know? You ain't never drove no truck.
Little do you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pastor Jay, you ever encountered some of that? The destination before the journey?
Yes. The word says, through a multitude of counsel, purposes are established. Through wise counsel make war. And you were just the first counselor. And they didn't get past the first counselor. Right? What happens is we have a cognitive dissonance that goes on because we've been taught from very young to dream. And dream is awesome because the awe is necessary to accomplish. You have to have a sense of awe. Like, this is awesome and I can do it. Yes.
Right.
But you also need counsel in areas that you do not have mastery in. You need wisdom. You need wisdom to, the old statement, poor preparation, proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Right.
I left out one of the words. But
yeah, I know which word. I know which word. Trust me.
And part of the proper preparation is getting all of the information necessary to before you even share your dream. You need to do a qualitative analysis and research of not only those who have done it before, but all that is required to accomplish everything you're supposed to accomplish. And then you can speak in wisdom as to the gradations of where you are in each area. So, so you're speaking, you are talking like Freezy, you were talking to X with more expertise than X had in his own dream. You have to invest hours and hours into becoming an expert in your dream, even before you share it.
Yeah.
But even as you share it, you have to share it to those who will help you become accountable. I always say that the difference between an idea and a plan is information and a schedule. So the answer to most of your question is, I will have it by so-and-so. I have investigated and I will have it by so-and-so. When you have a schedule, that gives you the accountability to move forward and accomplish, to execute. So the difference right now, he had an idea. X had an idea. He
Right.
didn't have a plan yet.
No.
And in the formation of the plan, some uncomfortable questions have to be asked that chip away at your faith that you believe that you can do it. And that is where the strength for you to the fortitude comes for you to move forward in whatever that dream is, whatever that idea is. But for it to become a plan and a purpose, you have to have the quality information,
Yep.
wise counsel, and a schedule.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. See, we didn't even get to the part, and so Chuck, we didn't even get to like the serious parts. Like, how are you going to ensure a work-life balance?
Mhm.
Right. The reason why I bought X was a big boy. He loved to eat. Is because now you take X from out of delivering stuff to now all he do is drive long distances in that truck and sit around and eat the whole
Right.
way. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because it's one thing being the big boy, loving to eat, being 350, 360, and X is an odd shaped dude, and I love him, right? But being 6 foot 350 is only good for football teams. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
It ain't good for that type of girth. Ain't good for nothing else. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure you have a work-life balance. Like, you got to make sure you get proper rest. You got to get out and exercise. You know what I'm saying?
Balance.
Yeah. So we didn't even get to stuff like that yet.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't even get to the part where how does your company name look in commercials and on merchandise?
Right.
How does it sound when other people say it? Right? Because I think what it is with entity names,
Mhm.
whatever sounds good, whatever rings a bell in our heart, sometimes that's what we go with.
Mhm.
Like you and I trucking. You and I trucking. Well, you are trucking. Is that other person that? Yeah, I mean, or I am trucking, but is
Who's
that
I?
you trucking? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trucking, but who is the you part of this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now it sounded good coming out your mouth, but then people are like, well, I'm not getting in the truck with you. I just want you to haul my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So all these different things that go into, like, and then too, are you gonna own the name? Like, are you that only entity? Can you purchase your name and own it to
Trademark.
protect? Yes. All these small details. Make sure nobody is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so the thing is, man, Uncle Freezy, man, you make people not even want to go into business. No, man, I want to make sure when you go into business
Right.
that you enjoy it,
Yeah.
and the harvest that you get is plentiful. You don't want to go in and it's like throwing your time and your money over a cliff if you don't prepare.
Mhm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because you can make more money, you can't make more time.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Chuck, me and you had this conversation before. Remember we talked about the soul food business?
Man, listen. That's exactly that. That's always my go-to, because there's so many. When I lived in the South, man, very rarely did I go to somebody's house and wasn't like, yeah, yeah. Yo, I don't know what your mom put in there. I don't know what your sister put in there. I don't know what your aunt put in there. But man, that was great. Yeah, I told them they should open up a restaurant. Okay, okay, but have no business acumen at all.
At all.
At
don't
all.
understand logistics or supply and demand.
Supply and demand. They don't know how to price their items that they're making a profit.
Or portion it.
Or portion. You know what I'm saying? Portion control. Like, yo, you can't put two big old scoops of rice in there and then charge them $5 for that. and 2 sides and 3 pieces of pork chop. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Salute the mom's kitchen, because that's how it used to go down. Your styrofoam plate used to break.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it closed down because she was losing money.
Right.
Because
she for what she charging $5 cross town, they charging $18.
$20.
$20. Yeah.
So and that's how I feel about the same way we're talking about this. This is how I look at artists when they want to become rappers, singers, whatever the case may be. You've got that 10,000 hours in. You're a master at your craft. Now it's about the business.
Mm-hmm.
This is how everybody that we've loved. There's an unsung. There's a documentary, a story behind how they got screwed royally out of millions and millions of dollars.
Yep.
Every era has at least 100 of those or more stories. And
Right.
and the main thing comes down
That you
to
heard about.
Right, that we heard about.
You haven't.
Yep.
Exactly.
Those are
Like-
the ones who made it.
Exactly, Pastor. Because me and you had this conversation about is it the record label's fault? I'm like, yeah, man, because they're giving out these bad contracts, man. They know these contracts aren't good. That's why you need to be prepared.
Right.
You have to be prepared because these contracts aren't fair. And if you know your business and know your worth, nah, man, I'm not signing that. You're going to give me $300,000 for 10 albums, and you own half of my publishing.
Yeah.
For perpetuity.
Yeah.
And Chuck, I just happened to look up just the percentage of businesses that fail in general. And
Yes.
according to Lending Tree, 18.4% of private businesses fail in the U.S. in the first year. So that's 20% in the first year.
Right.
It says after 5 years, 49.7% falter. And after 10 years, 65.5. And then lower down it says, why do 90% of businesses fail? It says, according to business owners, the reasons for failure include money running out, being in the wrong market, a lack of research is where Freezy started. Bad partnerships is what Chuck is talking about, because every business, the give and take is partnership. And if you're partnering with a crook, if you know that the record industry is criminal-minded, as KRS says,
Right.
you have to come in prepared. The next one was ineffective marketing, which Freezy talked about.
Right.
And not being an expert in the industry, which Freezy talked about in the beginning.
Right.
You have to avoid those by setting goals, have accurate research, loving the work, and not quitting. Those are those that is you know what they say, if you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Right. Absolutely. And the thing about it is I understand that I understand that a lot of people say, they've gone to the school of hard knocks, right? Right. I understand that. And I respect people getting on the job experience, right? But there's something to be said about education.
Yes.
You have to educate yourself, man. You got to go to school. You got to humble yourself and apprentice, right? You have to be willing to be the co-pilot for a stretch of time, and before you become the pilot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I respect people's grinds. I'm not saying this in no disrespectful way, but some of us, we need to go to school for business.
Right.
sit our bottoms down in a setting where we're taught about an industry that we're looking to enter into.
Yes.
Right? Because just because you can cook doesn't mean you understand supply and demand
Exactly.
or logistics, right? Or chain management. You know what I'm saying? Or hiring practices.
Yes.
And things like that, certain things in the workplace. You got to understand all these things to be successful. And then if you don't have the resources to do it, then wait.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then wait. Like Chuck, like where I am, restaurants pop up and close. They'll be open for 8 months, and then before you know it, that like you know how there's a strip mall, and the strip mall will be like they have all these suites, and they'll be like a Blimpie. Oh, not a Blimpie place. Blimpie is there'll be a Subway, a such and such and such and such, and then it'll be Joanne's Chicken and Biscuits. and we'll laugh. We're like, well, we wonder how long Joanne gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? You go in there and Joanne mac and cheese meat banging. That's her claim to fame, right? But her claim to fame should be serving the community, staying in business.
Yes.
That should be the claim to fame should be survival mode first.
Yes.
Right. And what I suggest to people all the time is this. If you can get a standalone business free and clear, that's one less bill you have to pay.
Exactly.
Right? But if there is an alternative, go to a busy place. Like if you got a Walmart somewhere and they got a strip mall by it and there's a suite open, you got to try to jump in there because you on your own may not be able to generate business, but in a symbiotic relationship, that Walmart is going to generate business on its own.
Yes.
Right. So the people that come to people walk around, y'all, anybody who that have ever been to Walmart, you're like, I'm just gonna. All I need is an umbrella. You know what I'm saying? You go to Walmart just trying to buy an umbrella. Next thing you know, you in there for. Chuck, you ever notice why the lines move slow in box places like that?
Yes.
It's to keep you in the store.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the casino. Don't have windows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or clocks.
It's to keep you in there. And while you waiting, you got products to the left of you.
Yep.
Right at your arm's length. Products to the right of you, right at your arm's length. And while you waiting, there's a likelihood of either you picking up something or the child that you brought picking up something and putting it in the thing. Right. So you're in that spender's in that purchaser's mindset. Right. Yeah. So if you Joanne's Chicken and Biscuits, you want to get as close to that as possible. Exactly.
Back in the day, the Chinese restaurant was the first one to introduce Donkey Kong, Mrs. Pac-Man, and what have you.
Right.
You don't think people were going into some of the kids were going in there just to play the video games, which they were collecting the change from that anyway.
Right.
But while you're there, can I have some chicken and fries? Can I have an egg roll? Can I, so you also have to keep in mind who your clientele is. Who are you servicing?
Right.
Who are you servicing? What do they want? Right.
Yeah.
The convenience stores, a lot of them stay in business because they offer lotto.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And cigarettes. And beer.
Cigarettes. Yeah.
Yeah. And those type of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Candy. Yeah.
And so you're like your Chinese restaurant thing that you mentioned, right? What people don't like for a Joanne Chicken and Biscuits, like type scenario. A lot of times people think you go in there for the homemade baked macaroni and cheese, right? What Miss Joanne should be focused on is the cheapest product she can sell in bulk. Yeah. Like what can keep people coming back and back and back. And in a lot of places, Chuck, this is what people don't realize. Like it's a lot of buffets down here. That's why people in the South, bro. People in the South are big, Chuck. We big down here, bro.
We love buffets, man.
We big. Yeah, we big
Quincy's,
guys.
Ryan's,
Yeah,
Golden Corral.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All of them, and the private places like Joanne's,
Joanne.
right? You know what Joanne's make money hand over fist at? What keep Joanne's in business? It ain't the baked macaroni and cheese. It's the beverages.
Yes.
It's the beverage. The beverage keeps her in business because she takes a bag of lemons and some water, some sugar, right, and sell that thing in a cup for $1.89, and then you like, well, do I get free refills? Yes, sir. You get free refills on something that it makes. I think when I was in school, I think that the thing says based on the amount of stuff you buy, a 20-ounce cup of lemonade costs 3 cents to make. That's including the cup, the styrofoam cup, the lid, and the straw. All together, the lemonade itself, the styrofoam cup, which is the most important, the most expensive part, the styrofoam cup. That's why they don't let you. That's why you ever notice they don't never keep bringing cups to your table. They bring the pitcher, to your table, because it's just as easy to pour that in the back as it is to come to your table and pour. But they don't want to spend money on cups and lids and straws.
Exactly.
Right? Because for one, it's wasteful, and two, it can get pricey.
Yeah.
Like that lemonade that was $1.89 that it cost 3 cents to make. Man, you keep bringing cups. Next thing you know, that customer done got a dime worth of product. You don't want them to get a dime worth of product. You want them to get 3 cents worth of product. Right. And while that sounds outrageous and outlandish, that's the model you want to go by. Exactly. You know, that you want to spend the least for the most amount, and people will slurp down that lemonade. Ha ha ha! I got 4 refills. You know, I got over on them. Oh, did you really? Did you really? Did you really? And what about them? What about them napkins? You know the same about you. No more napkins. You got to ask for napkins. Yep. You got to ask for straws.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to constantly bring you things that cost stuff.
Yeah.
But that water and lemonade and sugar, that ain't cost them nothing.
Exactly.
Right. And that's why when you go to McDonald's, they always ask you if you want to make it a combo. You want to make this a combo? You know why? Because potatoes are cheap.
Yes.
And so is soda syrup.
Yep.
It's cheap. It's cheap, man. So the sandwich, the sandwich ain't nothing. The sandwich is the most expensive thing. But they're like, well, I ain't worried because I'm gonna make the money back hand over fist. I'm gonna make the money back hand over fist on these cheap products. It's the same thing at the movie theater.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You ever notice when you go to the movie theater, concessions be sky high.
I mean, to the moon.
That's how they make their money.
It's how much you think a popcorn kernel costs?
I don't know. I mean, you could get a 20-pound bag of feed for less than $10.
Gourmet popcorn, the one that they use in the store, it's like a 50-pound bag. I priced this like in 2004. I was about to open a movie theater. 2004, I think it was 2003, 2004. A 50-pound bag of popcorn costs $60.
Oh man!
Right?
Yeah.
But at the time, an extra large bucket of popcorn at the movie theater cost $7.50.
Right.
Now that I think about it, I'm like, bro, did you know how many extra large buckets of popcorn you can get out of that 50 pound? Bro, you talking about you spent $60, you might get $2,800 out of that bag of popcorn.
Yeah. And you have to take into account hidden costs.
Yes.
You have to take into account hidden costs in any business. Like Chuck was talking about the record industry. A lot of those deals still take into account breakage. You know, like back in the day when you had the 45s and the records were breakable.
Yeah.
So they would charge a certain percentage on your record deal. for breakage, even in the era of CDs.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they
Yeah.
don't break, they
Yeah.
were still charging breakage.
Yeah.
So they didn't cost stuff
Yeah.
that you have to learn. Chuck and Freezy, there's a word called autodidactism. And autodidactism is learning right on your own. They say it's like you have to become an expert at anything. It's like 10,000 hours. I can't remember 7,000 or 10,000 hours of study to become an expert at anything. You can have doctorate level knowledge just by studying on your own. Just to back up what you said, Freezy.
Right.
So yeah, you have to know the industry. A young brother, and clap to him here in New York, in 5 towns in the Queens area. A young brother who I know from CCC, from Christian Cultural Center. A young brother just is the first brother to own in New York a Chick-fil-A.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So he a
Chick-fil-A
franchiser.
Yes. Chick-fil-A just came to New York. I don't know how many, maybe almost
A few years ago.
3-4 years ago. Maybe in the city it was there earlier in Manhattan. But then for you to drive to a drive-through, the first one was in Levittown, something like that. And I went there the first, and I literally was there for 3 hours in line, right?
Yeah.
And I thought I was just going to be there. You just get some food and be out, and you didn't have the first one. And but they're doing well. They're thriving here in New York. The ones that you open. So, Brother Thompson.
Hey, congrats and much success.
Yeah.
Much success to that, brother. We hope everything is well, and we hope we know we'll speak that into existence. We'll say we know that brother's gonna be successful.
Yes,
right.
Yes, absolutely.
That's one of those tough to. I've never seen a Chick-fil-A close.
Never, except on Sundays.
Except
on Sundays. That's it.
That's it.
That is it. But I say that I said this to say, I said all of that, Chuck, to say this, man. I'm not telling people to go out on their own. I mean, I'm sorry, or not go out on your own and chase your dream, right? What I'm saying is have stamina.
Yes.
In any chase, you need stamina. You know what I'm saying? And you need to be prepared.
Right.
You don't go hunting without a weapon.
Right.
Even if your weapon is this. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them deals like when you talk to X be mad, he like, oh, here come Uncle Freezy. Here come that hater, y'all. Here come that hater. I'm like, bro, what it's not about that. It's one of these deals where you gotta be prepared.
Yes. What's funny is love is now considered hate. You love the person enough to tell them the truth.
Yeah, right.
You're doing it in concern for their success. And because of instant gratification, they want applause for their dream.
Right.
They want applause for the idea.
Pastor Jay, you know how ridiculous that sound, though. You want applause because of your dream.
But this is the T-ball era of kids.
Yeah.
They got the ball, sat on the tee. They got to hit it. Everyone cheered. Everyone scored. Everyone got a trophy, even if it was just participation. So yes, you're supposed to. Yo, that is a great year, man. You're gonna do it, but not prepare them in a way that they should understand. Like when they get out there, now they don't know. Yo, I should have taken some classes. I should have. Like you were saying, let me let you finish, Pastor. I apologize for cutting you off.
No, you were right on point. You're right on point. They need. It's not tough love. See, tough love is when you already messed up, and there's correction necessary. It's all confused. This is just straight out love.
That's if people care, though.
Yes.
There's correction if people care. Some people they don't care. They'll just let you continue to fail.
Exactly, and laugh and talk about it.
Yeah.
Along the way.
Right.
But you have invested wisdom. That's what when you need wise counsel, right? Right? You need accountability partners. That is your team. You see, in everything that you're building, you have to ask yourself, who is my team? Your team is not everybody who just works in the business.
Right.
Who is advising me? Who's my accountant? Who's my attorney? Who is my the one who speaks?
My insurance agent.
My insurance agent.
You got to have your insurance agent too.
Who's done this before? Who can counsel me?
Right.
My mentor. Who's mentoring me?
Right.
So you need a team.
Right.
And the team is not just who plays on the field. You know, you need the people in concession. You need the people who sell the tickets. You know what I mean? So you need a full picture. Sometimes people have become so laser focused only on their gift that they don't realize that they need others around them to facilitate the possibility of being prosperous in that gift. So, yeah, you're right, Chuck.
Yeah, sure.
And we have this notion, or we believe in this mantra, you can do it on your own. You don't need nobody, and that's not true.
That's a lie from the pit of hell, right?
That's a lie from the start.
But that's how people they go. I don't need anybody. I could do it all by myself, and I'm like, nothing in life works that way. You need somebody. You need another person.
You
or
need
at least
people your
something
whole life. You need people your whole life. When you born, you can't even hold your head up by yourself.
Exactly.
Nope.
And when you're an old man, old woman, you need some people will need a stick to walk with. There's always some type of support in your life.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People always need support.
We're made by relationship for relationship.
Right.
Yes.
We're made by relationship for relationship. I can go Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, yes. But mom and dad, right? and everything you do and everything you have involves somebody. I ain't make my clothes. I ain't build my house. I didn't build my car. The biggest lie, and this is what, I can't help it because I'm a preacher. The biggest lie is independence. There's absolutely no such thing as independence. Right. We all need others.
Right.
And the focus on self isolates us to become prey. You are destined to fail if everything is about you. You see, not only are you building what you're building for you, you are genuinely servicing the people you're servicing. That's why they come back.
Right.
You are genuinely caring about your team. That's why they stay with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can get to that 65%, right, and beyond because you don't quit.
Right. And that makes me laugh too. When people say, man, I could do this thing on my own. I could do bad all by myself. Okay, but Chuck, you ever watch National Geographic?
Yes.
You know how the lion sees the pack on the savannah, right? The pack of lions. You know what they do? They get one out of that pack to do bad all by themselves. Right? Yep. And you know what happens? You know what? Right when that one say wildebeest or whatever it is, say I could do bad all by myself. As soon as you take off, you know how the story go. Then the lions be laying off full. They be burping. They be taking that napkin from around their neck like, oh man, I ain't had wildebeest in a long time, man. I'm slick. Lord have mercy. That wildebeest, it was good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you try to tell people, like you can be I want to say this in the right context. You can be strong and dependent at the same time. That's ultimately that is what you would like to be. You want to be strong and dependent at the same time, because while you strong and dependent on the unit holding up your part, others behind you that are not as strong can depend on you because you are strong, and the ones that are not as strong, they are building up their strength so that you can continue this network of everybody depending on each other, right? That's why when people say, man, we need to keep our money in the community, we do, you know, black people need to keep money in it. Well, that's only people only mention that when they don't have nothing. But you never hear that conversation when people have something.
Right.
People have something, they upgrade their stuff, they moving, they don't care. They hook me up, brother. Bro, you got a dime. Oh, I forgot. I forgot. It's 2022. Right? A panhandler hit me up about 6 months ago. Bro, you driving that fancy car, man, cash at me a few dollars. Cash app you. A panhandler said, cash app him. I remember walking in Manhattan, and it'd be like a row of dudes just like that fell on hard times. Brother, can you spare a dime? You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, yeah, if I got it, I do what I can to help. What that person do with that dime, it ain't on me. That ain't
Right.
on me. That ain't on me what they do with it. I don't, whether they scamming or whether they really need it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't on me. My thing is the generosity part.
Yes.
But what I'm speaking about though is the way that it's done nowadays. Nowadays they like, Pastor Jay, can you cash at me $12 or $13, $15 so I can get something to eat? Yeah, goodness gracious, man.
Oh, I get it.
$15?
Oh, I get it from Kenya, $200.
Yeah. Oh,
For real, Kenya. Oh yeah, $200. Can you, Pastor Jay? Can you send me $200?
oh my goodness.
We get
Oh,
those calls on the WhatsApp.
Oh my goodness, bro. It's
Can you send me $200? Sometimes I'll be honest.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
But
man.
Sometimes, not quitting sometimes means having an exit strategy from one thing and it be a stepping stone to another thing. I used to be a hip hop head, and and I think of people don't remember Prince Rakeem. People don't remember Prince Rakeem. They know RZA, but they know RZA.
They don't know his brother.
They
don't know his brother, right? Yeah.
Prince Rakeem, he'll admit he was whack, right?
Yeah,
Of course, he had other people speaking into it. You see, the word says, purpose are established by a multitude of counsel. Not whack counsel, it's wise counsel, right? So if the counsel's only there for themselves to make their money, they're going to try and reformulate your dream into their vision and their purpose. But you have to have a team that understands you and highlights what's best about you and markets what's best about you. But you have to have a team. There's a big difference between Prince Rakeem and RZA.
Very much.
For those who don't know, that's Wu-Tang.
It's good, fellas, it's good.
Yeah, man. Subliminal 209 is in the building. What's good?
Good morning. Good morning.
I need to get this volume up. My volume is not all the way up. I mean, it's still kind of early.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm just getting up, enjoying this beautiful day, rocking with y'all. So can't be mad at that. Let's get this day started. Let's get it going. Let's get it popping.
Man, is that 49ers stuff in the background?
Oh, don't go there. Don't go there right now. You talking that ish already? Like I said, I just woke up. Let me take the crust out of my eyes. Never mind the 49ers. Just look at the Vetti in the background. Let's just concentrate on that.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
That, right?
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you need to redirect your eyes somewhere else.
Yeah, man. Recalibrate your target there, Uncle Freezy. Yeah, I got you.
Shots fired. I'm like, yeah. How long did you have that in the chamber for? Look at you. That ain't right.
Yeah, man. And, so this morning we were talking about minding your own business, right? And it's like, so Sub, we were like talking about how when you start your own business, you have to have a certain level of integrity, business integrity. You know what I'm saying? In order to survive. And basically, when I say integrity, people think that you have to do and say the right thing all the time. But the real definition of integrity is not bending or yielding to the effect of outside sources. Can you stay true to yourself? That's what integrity is, right? Like if you stick a pole in the ground and the wind blows, can that pole stay there straight up and down just like it was planted? Or if somebody jump on it and try to pull it, can it stay straight up and down regardless of what the outside forces are? That's integrity.
Right.
And so when you start your business, can you stick to the thing that can you stick to your internal compass, so to speak? Like what Pastor Jay says, somebody come in business, you know that they're in their own business.
Right.
It's like when you like when you see kids blow bubbles, right? One bubble is its own universe unto itself, right? It's its own universe. The whole surface area, the air inside is blowing in equal directions at the same time in order to keep that bubble afloat, right? A couple of things can happen, or a few things can happen. The wind can blow that bubble, right? And that bubble can ride on the wind, right? Somebody can come along and pierce the outer shell of that bubble and burst it, right? Or that bubble can bump up against another bubble and merge and become a bigger bubble, right?
Yep.
And I know this is simple as kids playing bubble. I'm using an analogy here to describe what it's like in this human element that we're in. And so what happens is a lot of times when people go into business, that bubble gets too big too fast.
Yeah,
right. It gets too big too fast with limited. It's like the fitted sheet. Yeah, y'all ever tried to put a fitted sheet on the bed, and you get to a point where you just want to throw the whole mattress, box spring, and bedroom set out the window? Because no matter which side you go on, the opposite side jump off the. You like, is this fitted sheet the right size? Yeah, right. It's the right size. It's a fitted sheet. You just got to be careful about the way that you do it. If not, you're gonna be walking around that bed, you know what I'm saying, putting corners on.
Right.
And so the thing with the bubble, I use the bubble analogy a lot with just be careful how you grow. I'm not saying don't grow. I'm saying don't outgrow your resources.
Because you have a vision from the jump, you know what I'm saying? Like you got your own network, you know what I'm saying? You have a vision. The more you pass that vision off to somebody, the more it gets watered down, you know what I'm saying? And it's no longer your vision, you know? So you're like more hands-on, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be having interviews with, like major corporations one-on-one, but no, we the mom and pop's corner store, you know what I'm saying? We let anybody, all the community in, you know what I'm saying? So like you have your own vision on how you want to run your thing, you know what I'm saying? So that's what you don't want to have that get faded away. So I get that, like you're real passionate about what you do. That's why you're always on these shows with other people instead of in the backgrounds, kind of letting everybody do their own thing, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. So I wanted to put you out there because you don't give yourself enough credit. You feel me?
Right.
So
yeah, I've been just trying to be the foundational piece. The thing about platforms too is you can be that bubble that grew too fast, and before you know it, all the kids are sad. Oh man, the bubble bust. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or you could be that small bubble with all these resources that grows and everything is pushing in the same direction at the same time for sustainability, right?
Right.
Or you could be that big bubble that's wobbling. Y'all seen the big bubble before? Like when the kids blow the big bubble, it's the one that's oddly shaped and is doing all this thing in the air because the air is not pushing it's not doing the 360 in one direction at the same time. And before you know it, that bubble land on the ground and then it bursts.
Yep.
That's why you're more like the bubble machine. You know what I'm saying? You're like the one that just keeps putting the bubble suds in there. I mean, the soap in there, and then the suds keep going out. You just that machine that just keeps getting those bubbles out, and then all the kids are gravitated towards it, and we all in there playing with the bubbles. What we don't realize is all of the hard worker that's back there making those bubbles happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. It's
I'm gonna give you
that
your
thing.
flowers. I'm giving you your flowers since you want to be all humble and stuff like that.
I
You have
appreciate
humble pie this morning. You that humble pie?
humble pie. Humble pie. Y'all know what it is, man. And so, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
The other thing too is surround yourself with talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't, like, for people in business, surround your people with talent you can trust. And so this guy pulled me to the side one time, and he said, you know, Jesus had 12 disciples, and he walked off. And I'm like, man,
Mic drop, huh? Mic drop.
yeah, I'm like, what you mean? Come back. What you mean? And so, yeah, man. So the thing is like from the business aspect and stuff, I appreciate that, bro. Man, we all try to do the very best we can, man. We all try to do the very best we can and surround ourselves with talent like yourself and others who grasp this thing by the horns, man, and just rock and roll and just go. And it's like the representative. Like sometimes people see the thing and all they think about is Subliminal 209.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even think like when people see Vibe and stuff, they think Chuck, and that's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They see Lawrence Tears, they see Sub. You know what I'm saying? Camden Torch, man. That's a blessing that we can do.
Yes.
That we can do this, right?
Yes.
But I think where a lot of people fail is that not looking down the road, but not thinking about what it is that they're seeing. Because the warning signs are always going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter was like, "Man, Daddy, my check engine light came on, and now my car's on this," and I'm like, "Well, your car overheating. What's it doing? It ain't doing nothing." Oh boy, it ain't doing nothing. Right? When did it start? I'm asking. And Pops, why are you asking me all these questions? Just go buy me a car. What?
I know you got it like that. Like, why are you all about this for?
Then, well, let me go talk to your mama. No, don't go talk to mama. And then you ask, well, how long the check engine light came on? And then it'd be like quiet. It came on in April. April? It's September. You've been driving around with a check engine light on since April. I didn't think it was serious because I ain't heard no rattling in the car or nothing.
It's because you had the radio on so loud.
Right. Oh my goodness, bro. Sometimes people say, man, Pastor J, man, listen, when somebody tell you stuff like that, like the check engine light been on for a minute, you're like, well, how long is a minute?
Exactly.
How long is it? 5 months? Well, 5 months in a minute are not the same amount of time. A minute is 60 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah,
Even shorter if you want to go with a New York minute.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But see, what we were talking from the beginning is love brings the honesty. Love brings the truth. Right? Love brings the truth. Love is connected to truth. So if you love what you're doing and you want it to be blessed, you have to find out all the truths about what you're doing. You have to find out who this is going to bless. You're providing a service. Like you just bigged up Uncle Freezy, and he's well deserving of it because he does not just provide a service, he provides relationship. Right?
Right.
You're selling you more than you're selling a product.
Facts.
Right? And that word integrity, it's funny. My son, who is the one who I dropped off for school before I jumped on with you. He's Mr. Track Star. He was the quarterback of the football team. But when he was 5, he came to me and asked me, he said, "Daddy, I just saw this word on TV. This man said integrity. What does that mean?" And the Holy Spirit has to mince meat down the milk. And very quickly I said to do the right things the right way for the right reasons, whether somebody's watching you or not. And that's what leads to that foundation. Truth is the foundation that rod you were talking about, because that rod and relationship becomes who you stand with.
Right.
And because of who you stand with, you can withstand.
Right.
Right? You caught that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of who you stand with and how you stand with verticality.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
not a tug.
withstand anything.
Yeah, it's not a tug and war. Y'all better be holding it together simultaneously instead of
Right.
you on that side and me
Right.
leaning back on this side. It ain't gonna work out that way. Point
Yeah.
blank. Period.
Right. Because the most important thing is not the people or how they keep the rod upright. The most important thing in that is the truth.
Yes.
The truth is the thing that you want to stand steadfast in that whole thing. That's why you support it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So and so and I'm trying to get so sub. This is the thing, right? So I get hit up often, like, yo, help me do this, right? Like help me start this business. I talked to my friend. I'm gonna call him X because I don't want to say his real name because I think his cousins gonna be watching, and I don't want them to go back and tell.
It's all good.
Go back and tell him, and then he gonna be like, "Man, you a hater for real, man. You telling all my business." And then I hate, bro, you ain't got no business. You don't have business, bro. What you have is a lot of thoughts and dreams
Idea.
that you're hoping manifest into something that benefits you monetarily and is fulfilling to help you with your sense of worth. Because that's what a lot of people go into business for. They think they go into business because they have a skill that can help, but a lot of them go into business for a sense of fulfillment.
Value.
Right. Value. Right. The reason why they make money is not because having money in stacks and stacks and stacks helps them. It does. It helps. But a lot of people just want to have value. Right. It's like so I tell this story a lot, sub, like when, like my legal last name is Free, right? That's my legal last name, right? It's why over the years, my homeboys been like, yo, Big Free, yo, Uncle Freezy, big, you know what I'm saying? Freezy in the big, you know what I'm saying? Because of my last name, right? Yeah. But how I got that name is, my family used to be owned by Mr. Thompson. This is in the 1800s, right? They used to be owned by Mr. Thompson. So Mr. Thompson was was a slave owner that he was an excellent businessman, but he was a softie. He had like a bleeding heart, right? He was one of them dudes that he understood business more so. He believed in business more so than the dominion aspect of owning people. He knew he had to have slaves in order to make money. His pops was not like that. His pops believed in dominion. His pops had this is how they tell me. I don't, of course I'm going by what people told me. His pops was the opposite. His pops didn't have self-worth. So he was the one that had slaves, and he would just bust in a slave house and do all kinds of stuff to the slave women and all that stuff. And that's how you get this, right? So Mr. Thompson, the one that actually, when emancipation came, he was the one that kept a lot of the slaves there as workers, and he paid them a fair wage, right? But here's the thing, how we got our last name is one of my ancestors. His name was Jim. Every opportunity Jim got to run, he ran. And Mr. Thompson begged him, like, Jim, you gotta stop running. They gon' and you know how they used to talk, boy, stop running. they're gonna kill you, boy, and I'm gonna lose money. You know what I'm saying? I need you around. And you know, Mr. Thompson, like, I need you around here, boy, to make these babies. You know what I'm saying? And all these things that this is the way they used to talk back then, right? I was told this story back in the 70s. I still remember it because it hurt my heart when I heard the story. I was like, not my people. My people could have never been slaves. No, that's not true. Yeah, you can't be naive. You know how this thing works. It's life, right? So Jim used to always run. But the reason why Jim would always get caught is because he had vices, right? Like instead of running far away from here, what Jim would do before he ran away, he would make a whole bunch of wine and stump and liquor and take it with him, right? Man, this thing's so good, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell this thing to the white man. And this is how they say he used to talk, right? He was a free spirit that loved to drink spirits. You know what I'm saying? So how he always got caught was he would always be clang-a-langing with bottles and people could hear him and then they catch him. Or he'll be at the creek passed out drunk and they'll catch him and they'll bring him back to the farm and Mr. Thompson get somebody and they'll pull out the whip and they'll crack that whip on him. That's for people that don't know, that's where the term cracker comes from. It's not because of the thin white thing that you eat. It comes from the dude with the whip making that cracking sound as he beat slaves, right? That's the cracker, right? And so Jim used to run away all the time. It got to a point where Mr. Thompson said, Jim, if you run one more time, man, I'm gonna have to cut your foot off. And Jim told him, Jim was like, well, I will hop my way out of here. Right? And Mr. Thompson said, boy, and this is they beat him, right? They beat him. They got him tied to a post. They beating him. Like, if you run one more time, I'm gonna have to cut your foot off. He's like, well, I will. And he getting beat. He getting cracked across the back with a whip. Cracked across the back with a whip. And he's like, I'm gonna have to hop my way out of here. And the cracker's like, well, we'll cut both of them off. And I will crawl my way out of here. Right? And so emancipation comes, right? And Jim was telling his family the whole time, we not meant to be here. We meant to be out on our own. Right? Right? We not meant to be here. We meant to be out on our own. Right? And so when emancipation came, people was rejoicing and all these things about getting their freedom and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, doing you know how people celebrate a major event, right? Like, this is super major, right? Super major, right? So when it comes time to leave, ain't nobody got their stuff packed except Jim and a couple of other my relatives. Like, what y'all doing? We supposed to be leaving. We gonna stay here with Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson's a good boss. This is what a lot of my family did. Mr. Thompson's a good boss, right? The boss gonna take care of us, right? And you know, people make their own decisions. I'm not begrudging nobody, because ultimately it comes down to a lot of things. How old are you? Are you willing to take on something new? If you in your 60s, when you in your 60s, do you want to go out there into a world that's unknown and start over with a new life when you're 60 years old? Maybe staying on the Thompson farm is the best thing to do. You're gonna get paid. You're gonna eat. You're gonna do the same job you've been doing for the most part, except now you're getting paid a respectable wage for it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna stay in your same house, all this stuff, you know. But Jim, so my ancestor Jim, he leaves, man. He takes about three of my ancestors with him. All men. All of them got the same vices: liquor, wine, women, gambling, cards, all this. They got the same vices, right? They leave, they get stopped on the road. And this is before there was a such thing as police, right? This is when people used to just ride the road, make sure ain't no slaves, ain't nobody on the road who ain't supposed to be on the road. Y'all see it every day when y'all go to your job. It's the same system. It's the same system. When you ride the road, you get in your car and you go from point A to point B. It's somebody monitoring that stretch of road to make sure you ain't cutting up. This is the same thing they did back before it was an official thing, right? So they stop him, and by this time Jim is about 50, and he got about might have been about 55. So he around my age, right? So they stop him and they ask, "Hey boy, let me see your paperwork." I ain't got no paperwork, boss. Paperwork, right? And tell me if this sounds familiar. You get stopped today, they're gonna ask you for something, right? But anyway. So they stop and he like, "Well, what's your name, boy?" He like, "My name Jim." "Jim what?" "Jim." He's like, what's your name, sir?" He's like, "Sir, my name is Jim." He's like, "No, what's your last name? What's your other name?" He like, he like, this is the thing that he gave. He like, "Jim what?" And Jim says, "Jim Free." Men are meant to be free.
Hallelujah.
Men are meant to be free, right? So he's like, Jim. So he's like, "Jim, where you from?" He like, "I'm from the Thompson farm." You're like, "The Thompson? Yeah, I know Mr. Thompson. You know, such and such done passed away." And they're like, "Yeah, we know. Yes, sir. We know. We went back, and that's where we coming from." And he was like, "So you Jim Thompson?" He's like, "No, Jim is free." Jim Free, right? And all my relatives that went forward from that took the last name Free. And when they went back and told them that that was a legal last name now, half of the people on that farm, on the Thompson farm, took that last name Free. And the other half kept the last name Thompson. So we are the same people.
Right.
We are the same people. So now in 2022, you see the family reunion shirts that say Free and Thompson family reunion. People think somebody got married. No, ain't nobody get married. It's when Jim left. When Jim left, and you know how birds of a feather flock together. The same ones that Jim used to hang out with, like when boss would let them have a little cookout or something, like Jim them would cook a hog, and they'll send all the ham and the rib and all that stuff up to the big house, and everything that left over, like them ham hocks and pig foots, you know what I'm saying, them chitlins, you know what I'm saying? Them pig ear, them pig snout, them
hog
skins, hog maws, yeah, all that. We used to celebrate with that. Like all the good stuff go up to the house. All the other thing, you know what I'm saying? They be down there playing card, all that, drinking that berry wine. You know how you ferment the berry wine, make your own wine, all that stuff. Them the dudes that left with Jim. And now we got family all in Detroit, all in Baltimore, all in South Georgia, all in Louisiana. When you see the last name Free, for the most part, from what we know, it all come from the same place. It all that one dude that left the Thompson farm, you know what I'm saying? Well, he wasn't one, but you get what I'm saying. That dude that left he was the leader of that group that left the Thompson farm and said, "Hey man, listen, this is what it is. Men are meant to be free." Right? Yeah, man. And so I be telling that story, man. I just have to get into that because a lot of times what people don't understand is this. Just because you are in a certain situation don't mean you are destined to finish in that situation.
Exactly.
So when you get on your path and you start your business, just because you start your business a certain way don't mean you're destined to finish that way.
Exactly.
See, because Jim's thing was, because he thought his thing was he was gonna sell wine. He's like, "Man, I'm gonna sell this wine and everybody gonna be drunk off Freedom wine." No, man. What happened is you created Uncle Freezy's, you know what I'm saying, that get on the internet now and can tell that story about what you did. You know what I'm saying? Then. And so your legacy is not about some wine that I ain't never even tasted. I don't know recipe for it or nothing. But what I do carry though is the last name.
Yes.
Whether it was by mistake or whatever it was, that's the legacy. And do you have a legacy as you go forward in your life? What legacy are you leaving? Is it the one that you intended to leave?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things, man. So I don't know, man. Every time I get into that, I'm like, don't tell that story. And then it just come out.
No, that's a beautiful story, and I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, sharing it with all of us. You know what I mean, it shows who you really are. You know what I'm saying, from your roots and who you become now and why. Because they all had that vision. You know what I'm saying, I got to go do something else. I got to go do something else. And now you have that vision. You know, I gotta do something. I gotta grind. I gotta have that legacy. I gotta, you know what I'm saying, let people know, you know what I'm saying, what it is that I'm doing. So like, yeah, I can see that. You ain't scared to make moves. A lot of people are scared to make moves. They just, like you said, comfortable. And that was the other side of the family. I was scared to make those moves. You ain't scared to make those moves. Yeah, like, yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. But you know, deep down inside, you a grinder. You a hustler. You gonna make it happen, Captain. So whatever, you know, obstacles are in front of your course, you're gonna maneuver around that to get to the you know what I'm saying, the end. So like, it shows, you know what I'm saying, your character. It shows, you know, all that about you. So like, I salute you. You know what I'm saying, like, with both hands on.
Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, that's why we here. You know what I mean? Like, you make it easy for us though, because all we got to do is show up. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, and people don't realize all the hard work that you put into these platforms. You know what I mean? So you just like you said, you're just creating these relationships. You know what I'm saying? My boy Kelly Goat, you know what I'm saying? We be texting all the time. Me and my boy Chuck Allen, we be texting back and forth behind the scenes, like, because you built that relationship. I mean, you made that happen. You brought us all together, and then we just, as one another, we vibed out. We found that vibe. We found that connection where we could just, you know, hang out outside of this. You know what I'm saying? So like,
let me ask you a question based on that. Let me ask you a better question based on that. Hey, do you think by being an encourager that you will be that say if you're an encourager of others, are you soft?
No,
you just people say soft, and it's more like you have a heart of gold. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You have a heart of gold because you see the best in people. You feel me? And you bring that together, and then us as individuals, we see that too. We want to be part of that. We want to be part of this community. We want to make this community grow, though. But we just not gonna let like anybody into this community. Like, it's like a revolving door. Like, people come in and out all the time of this revolving door. But the real ones is the ones that stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to see the end of this, of what happens here. You know, we're not just, you know, taking this lightly. You know, we're here you guys are here rocking every day. You know what I'm saying? Me and Kelly Goat, we got our show tonight. You know what I mean? Like, we consistent because we want to be part of this family. We want to see what the end result is. So like, yeah.
Right.
So
Because the key to relationships, though, the key to relationships is two things. There are other factors, but the key ingredients are trust and consistency.
Yep. I'm gonna have to leave in a second, but at the tone behind all of this, and it's beautiful that you told the story of the freedom that you're living. You're an embodiment of freedom. And what happens is, when somebody is free, it's something I preach all the time. They not only want to maintain their freedom, but they want to see it in others, right? They want others to be free as well. Right. So with that said, I love y'all. Right?
Appreciate it, man. We love you, man.
I love you.
Hey, and not because of what you bring either, but because of who you are. You know that.
Yes. Keep sharing freedom, and just like love, freedom is based in the truth. So with that said, I'm gonna say bye. I love you all. My wife, my first lady, just came to me and said, "Yo, Vivian is here," so I have to go take care of some business.
All right.
I wish I could stay on because there's so much I want to say.
There's always next time. There's always next time. So I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the opportunity to rock with you, Pastor, and I can't wait till the next time we link up. So you have a good day.
Yes. Love you to life.
Yeah, man.
Be
Yeah, man. No doubt.
To be alive.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Chuck, why you always let me tell these stories, man?
Because
they
them
good
joints be
stories.
good.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know why you asked that.
Cause I get in that mode and I share some stuff like that, man. That thing that happened what, like, man, 200 years ago, what, 100 years ago, something like 150 years, however long ago that was. Right.
It was worth sharing.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. I've heard it before, but I thoroughly yo, man, let me tell you something. When you're a great storyteller and your stories have substance, this is not no, philanderer story, just some random, but they have substance and you're making a point, man, you have no choice but to be captivated. Like that is, I don't know about anyone else in the chat, man. If y'all heard that story and y'all are inspired by that, man, put some fire emojis in the chat, man, because that
Them.
is the the American dream.
Yeah, man.
It you want to call it the American dream? Run away, kept running away. Told them, you can keep beating me, you can cut my legs off. I'm still going to find a way to get out of here, right? Not only that, now that we're free, I'm gonna go make my own way. There's no need for me to stay here. Like something is wrong with this picture. There was someone to say something's wrong with this, man. Like we can do better. And
Right.
and I was completely inspired by that, man. That's why I just sat back and was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I wish I could say something dope about Chuck Allen. How I got that? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing for that. I don't have nothing for that. But what I can tell you for sure, my great grandfather Adam had two families 7 miles apart. That's it. Had two wives and two sets of children.
Right. Yeah, man.
I don't have a Freeman story. Yo, that's dope, man. There we go. Look at the chat, man. There you go.
Yeah, man. Salute to y'all, man. Salute. And so the Chuck, the thing I was gonna say to you is like you and Subliminal 209 are probably trailblazers out of y'all personal group. Right? Because like I can ask Sub right now, like Sub, who in your family has a weekly YouTube show? Like somebody in your network that has a weekly show where hundreds, maybe even thousands of people are gonna see that show on a weekly basis. The same thing with Chuck. Chuck, how many people in your circle have a show where hundreds of people are gonna see your show over the course of time? Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're right. And so think about in about 10 years, when your family reflect back on this, how they talk about you. They be like, yeah, man, Mr. Chuck, he was doing that morning show. I remember when it ain't had nothing but 20 people on it, man. That thing was busting. And now people just scrambling, trying to get on there every morning. You know what I'm saying? And so people have that story to tell about you.
Right.
That's why and same thing about Sub. Like we blaze different trails all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing about it is not focusing on the next step you take, right? It's about the journey down here, because if you who walks about their life looking at their feet? Nobody.
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You all you think about is not just the ultimate goal, because the ultimate goal changes, right? Like say I tune into Nick's after party and it's like 1,200 people in the chat, and you know what I'm saying, Cully Gold and Subliminal 209 rocking as usual. You know what I'm saying? They already reached their ultimate goal. Their ultimate goal might have been 800 people in a continuous live stream at once. But now that they reached it, they changed their ultimate goal to maybe 1,500 now, or 2,000 people now in the thing. So ultimate goals change, right? But what don't change is you guys being yourselves with the support of others, having a tight-knit community, tight-knit group, even though we're doing it on different ends of the spectrum. One show is early in the morning, the other one is late at night, one is every day, the other one is a certain time of week. And so even though we on different, you know what I'm saying, we're not focused on, we just focused on supporting each other and providing something dope.
Each other, right? Yep. Because you know what I'm saying, I'm up early than usual, but I gotta hop on and support my fam. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, I don't care if I only got 3 hours of sleep last night, which I did, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
You got to make those sacrifices. You know what I'm saying, when it comes down to family, point blank. Period.
Yeah, man.
Well, we appreciate you all, man. Thank you for coming through and joining us this morning.
Oh, no doubt. The pleasure's all mine. It's natural just to be on here rocking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing's forced. Everything's just flows. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's nothing to me.
Yeah, man.
What it is. Yeah. That's why when you asked Chuck, I was like, for sure, I'll make time. I really don't have time, but I'm gonna make time. And you make time for the ones, you know what I'm saying, that you love, basically. You know what I'm saying? And that's being soft, if you want to call it being soft.
Nah, man. Salute. I appreciate that, and the feeling is mutual, man. I appreciate that, because you could be anywhere right now, but you rocking with us, and we appreciate you for coming through, man.
And that goes for the chat too. Like the same cats is in the chat all the time, and they not just in there. They doing something right now. You know, they working. You know what I'm saying? They grinding. You know, they're doing their own thing, but at the same time, they still tuning in to support. And that's what I love about this whole environment. You know what I'm saying? We all support each other regardless of no matter what. So people see that. People may be watching on the outside, but they see what we're building, you know, here. So like that's what they're gonna get gravitated. That's where we're gonna gravitate them. And you know what I'm saying? It's just a pleasure and an honor to be here with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good vibe, right? It's a good vibe, man. knowing that you vibes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a good, but knowing that you can be, knowing that people are gonna encourage you to be dope on your own,
right?
And then we doped together as a group, kind of like in that Wu-Tang Clan type thing. Dope on your own, and dope together, and providing like quality content, trying to put them life lessons out there, and not and so we don't put all of our business out there. Nobody does, right? But to share the stuff that's shareable. Give lessons where things have fallen down and we need to build them up. You know what I'm saying? And stuff, man. Yeah, man.
Because you know, we all need that outlet. You know what I'm saying? We all need that outlet, but we can't be like having an outlet that you just be wilding out at. You know what I'm saying? This is like we say it all the time. This is like the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? We all come in here and kick it. Yeah, and some people come in the door, you know what I'm saying, don't even get laced up or nothing like that, but they just chilling because they like the vibe. You feel me? You got the regulars that come in every, you know what I'm saying, every day or every Friday before they go out. They getting laced up right quick and getting, make sure their beard is straight, whatnot. But at the end of the day, we just here chilling. You know what I'm saying, and everybody's just enjoying the vibe. So, like I said, I appreciate the platform, Chuck. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the opportunity to invite me. So like
this live thing, yo, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro, how live even started. You know, I used to like to do chop it up. I used to be like, yo, I'm gonna just do a hard topic, something kind of controversial, and just talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Just talk our way through it. And I was talking to Chuck. I ain't gonna get into the thing that was going on with Chuck. That's Chuck business, because I had some stuff going on too. I was like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? You wanna just do a morning show? He's like, sure. When we gonna start? We gonna start Monday. This is like Friday night. It's like a Friday. We ain't take no month to plan it. No nothing.
Nope, nothing.
No, I can relate though. I can relate because we had that same conversation on Saturdays about the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing tomorrow? I was like, nah. Well, what's going on? Are we gonna do the Patreon? You want to do the Patreon in the morning? I was like, yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And let me write down some stuff right quick, and I'll send it to you. And sure enough, the next day we was on it. You know what I mean?
We was rocking, man, rocking. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of enjoy that space. I I wish I could do more stuff like that, man. The only thing about it though is the more
you doing everything. What you mean? I wish I could do more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's the more people come into the family. It's like the more. Hey man, it's the more bro. It's just the more mouths you bring to the table, the more food you got to cook in the kitchen. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. The more people
you're
come
already
to
the
the
number
table.
one chief rocket. How you gonna be the number one chief rocket? Like, I need more. I need more. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. And take care of stuff in here. You know what I'm saying? But it, you know how it is. It is what it is. We'll get to a point, man, where all of this stuff is. But right now, I don't know if everybody recognizes. Right now, we're establishing a network. Right now, we're establishing a network, and the more responsibility you give to others, the more they get comfortable in their zone. The more I can back up from that and go help somebody else. Like Vibes and stuff. I ain't even got to show up for Vibes. Chuck can rock this, man, and Chuck can rock this every morning. Nothing, easy. In the beginning, though, maybe not so much.
No. I was terrified when you got off the screen. I was like,
not anymore though, Chuck. Because like, yeah, you got to get those nervous jitters out the way in the beginning though. But like after a while though, you be like, all right, Unc, I got this. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and go to the KMD.
Yeah.
and then you be rocking. A half an hour go by, 45 minutes go by. Unc, hop in real quick. You done? Like, nah, I ain't done yet. I mean, I guess I'm done since he popped up. I mean,
what was that?
I was kind of in my bag right now. You know?
Yeah, it'd be like, yo, what was that? Like 7 to 8 minutes, man? Why you coming here interrupting me? Bro, it's 35 minutes. 35 minutes? Nah. And then you look at the timer, you're like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
man.
Especially
So that's basically kind of like what we doing here for y'all, for everybody out there watching. That's kind of what we doing. It's like they call it a motley crew. We got like a motley crew of people with different personalities. We come together for a number of different reasons, but we just gonna rock the mic. We got Vibes and stuff, Lawrence Tears. You know what I'm saying? Got some other stuff eventually coming, but you know how you have to you not only do I have to produce, but I also have to be the A&R. So I have to
change hats. You gotta have to change hats all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm the producer. You know what I'm saying? I'm the host. You know what I'm saying? I'm behind the scenes. You're always flipping hats. And
the director, the researcher, the developer, all these different things, trying all this different stuff. Yeah, man, cultivating artists. Like let me. So I want to give Chuck some credit, right? So Chuck and I are probably in the very beginning, maybe not what you call I'm not a P. Diddy. Like, I don't get in front of this camera and be like, you know what I'm saying? that ain't me. I want to do I want to be the behind the scenes Diddy, right? And Chuck might not be in the beginning, not your Nick Cannon, like maybe comfortable with hosting all this stuff in the beginning. I
thought you was more like Suge Knight, and then Chuck's like Snoop, you know what I mean? I'm like Pac, and then we have other
Nate Dogg, Warren G, Corrupt, Lady of Rage, RBX. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. And so in the very beginning, when we first started doing this, it's like, how do I get Chuck to be that the best version of himself in the beginning? Well, first of all, when anytime you do something new, you got to go through that trial and error period, not for the show, but for yourself. What works for me and what don't? You know what I'm saying? What am I naturally good at, and what am I naturally not good at, and what am I good at that I feel uncomfortable doing, but it feels like I'm not good at it? Because there's a lot of stuff there too, like an uncertainty, right? And when me and Chuck started doing this, I knew I saw some stuff in Chuck. I was like, Chuck good at it, but since it's new to him, he feel uncomfortable doing it, right? And so he might think he's bad at it. He's actually good at it and has potential, but since it's new, he might just feel uncomfortable, right? That's what I always thought it was. I was like, yo, just give him some time, bro. He gonna knock this thing out of here. He gonna knock this thing out of here. But at the time, you can kind of tell, like, am I whack? You know how you ask yourself something? Am I whack? And nah, it ain't that. It's, bro.
You made a good point though, because you do bring out like the best out of everybody. You like bring out, you know what I'm saying, that inside person that just needs to come out, and we, you know, a lot of us need that upbuilding, you know what I'm saying? Then you know how to build, you know how to put those relationships together, kind of like how
Facts.
me and Cully Goat work together, you know what I'm saying? When I'm out of breath, Cully Goat grabbed the mic, is like, okay, I got you. I'm a rock on, you know what I'm saying? Until I, you know, regroup and then regather myself, and then I'm like, all right, I'm back. I got my second.
Sometimes we miscast ourselves though, son. Like Cully legit thought he was a moderator, but he's not. Cully is an analyst. He's not a moderator, right? You are a moderator, right? And so when y'all get together, because Cully was trying to moderate at nights, and sometimes stuff would just go all kind of different directions, and Cully would be like, yeah, what's going on? Well, a moderator is gonna be like somebody talking and they off the rails. Like with me, just to keep it simple, I'll be like, hey, you over there talking nonsense, shut up. You over here, you making sense, but you won't talk. Say something, right? You over here, you keep cutting people off. Wait, right? You know what I'm saying? You cutting what's the Cornerstone Kev used to do that, like cut people off and not say nothing. Like, bro, Chuck was talking, you cut him off, and then you cut him. But I just wanted to say I agree. So you cut him off to say you agree.
You messing up the vibes. You messing up
Yes,
the vibes.
calm
The man
down.
is in his bag. The man is in his bag. Let him cook. Let him cook. And then once he's done, you know what I'm saying, the stage is yours. Go ahead and say what you got to say. But don't say, oh, hold on, wait a minute. I just want to say hi.
and I just say, just relax. We all gonna be here. We got plenty of time. Like you know, we say we'll give it 2 hours. We don't ever say we're gonna be here 2 hours, because sometimes we don't, and then sometimes we go over. So for the most part, we're gonna be here for 2 hours, just easy. Just let everybody get in their bag. And shout out to Cornerstone Kev, by the way. I'm not just Cornerstone Kev. He just bring a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm getting at is, you know, when in the moderation piece of it, like when Cully was doing it, I was like, yo, yeah, Cully needs somebody to moderate with him, because he's more of a contributor. He's more of an analyst. And not saying that if he's secondary, it's just a different role. Like Sub ask a question, and then Cully come in like Reggie Jackson and hit it out of here. You know what I'm saying? And as long as people know they role, it's like Tretch and Vin Rock. Vin Rock is excellent with the ink pen game behind the scenes. That's why he stayed in the group. That's why he is 1/3 of Naughty by Nature, because his ink pen game is dope. And in concert, if you ever saw Naughty by Nature in concert, Vin Rock keeps the crowd going. There is no lapse in energy, right? And so the thing about us is about casting people in the right roles. Like Chuck is a moderator. You know what I'm saying? You don't want Chuck to be an analyst. You don't want Chuck to do that. You don't want Chuck to be arguing, trying to talk over people, you know what I'm saying, arguing with somebody on the side. You don't want Chuck doing that. You know what I'm saying? Chuck is poised and thoughtful. So you want to calm everything down and let Chuck go. Move everybody out the way, and then let Chuck go. That's what you want to do. Same thing with Sub. You don't want to have people trying to talk all over Sub, and now Sub is like they're trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's just part of it. So
Because I think Chuck and I are similar.
No, get out of here, Chuck.
That's a fact.
No,
Vinny's admitted to it, and Tretch has said it several times.
What?
Yes. Yes.
That's breaking news.
Hey, you know what? I'm a find the clip and I'm gonna send it to you.
No, you don't have to. I can find it. I find it. I find it.
All right.
Find it.
No, but even though we have different roles, though, like no role is greater than the other because we, without each other's roles, we wouldn't have what we have right now.
Right.
You feel me? And Chuck and I are similar in that way. It's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're thinking about what we want to say and what we have to say, but we're more thoughtful of other people's, you know, thoughts and words as well first, though. So like, go ahead and cook, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, when it's our turn, we're gonna put it all out there on the table. So that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, how
I like to call it being poignant. Being poignant. Like it is thoughtful, concise, contrite, and impactful all at once.
Right.
Like you don't have to say 1,000 words to say something that can be said in 150 words. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that y'all are always short, because sometimes Chuck get his bag, bro, and you just sit back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like when we was talking about the draft, back in April, I believe. You was in your bag about these prospects. And Cully was like, but, and I was like, Cully, just let them cook. Let them cook, Cully. You have your turn. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all like 70-30. It's like 70% Cully, 30% Sub. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking Cully. Now this is Cully. That's my guy. He one of my favorite dudes in the universe. Cully is like one of my favorite dudes. But I was like, yo, in this moment though, let Sub cook, man. Let him cook. He got like a notebook full of stuff that he been thinking about like sharing with everybody. He just wanna. And then like when you talk about that, and then when somebody jump in and be like, but I don't know if Tibbs even gonna let him. Easy, bro. Easy. Let him finish.
I'm glad he caught that from outside looking in though. But yeah, that was like something I was like really passionate about, doing all my research and stuff like that. So I had it all built up in there, what I had to say and what I wanted to get out. But yeah, once kind of somebody throws you off your track, it's like, all right. I mean, go ahead then. Say what you got to say though. But yeah.
And then it don't be nothing. It always be something that they already said 52 times during the show. But Tibbs.
Tibbs rotation. It's Tibbs rotation.
Yeah.
always goes back to Tibbs rotation every single time.
Everything is life, bro. It's life. It's like Tibbs rotations is life, bro. That's just what. Hey, so let me ask you this, bro. How do you feel about shows like Vibes and stuff, and shows like it on YouTube? Like, do you feel like there's a place for shows like this and maybe even spinoffs?
I feel like you guys don't get enough credit. I think this, like, I know for a fact this is a dope show. You know what I mean? Like, this is how you get my morning started. For a lot of us, this is what we're doing, you know, drinking coffee, you know, before the KMD, taking your rides to, you know, to work, dropping kids off at school. It's like you're starting your day off with good vibes. So I'm definitely feeling it. Y'all are like
and
peanut
stuff.
butter. Yeah, and stuff. Y'all are like peanut butter and jelly. You guys just, you do that with everybody though, but just, you know, Chuck is very complimentary to what you guys bring, you know, together. So, I mean, you don't need to add anybody else, like just you two rocking. You guys have, it's like you guys been like our brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all have history, but because it's so natural, it's like you guys have the same upbringings. So it just makes it that much easier to be flowing with one another. You know what I'm saying? Right. With your past, you know what I'm saying? What you guys, how you guys are, you know, you grew up and stuff like that. You would think that you guys grew up in the same household, but nah, it's not even like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was talking to Chuck about this like 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago, Chuck?
Maybe it was 2 weeks ago.
Maybe it was a week ago, something like that.
Yeah.
We was talking about just a few things about impact. Are we making the impact that
Right.
we thought we were gonna make? And you know, is there something that we can change or something like that?
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah,
that was last week.
Yeah. And so everybody that I talked to, you know what I'm saying, for everybody that I talked to, somebody was like, oh, you know what I'm saying, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. It's gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? Just keep don't with under no circumstance don't y'all quit, because people are depending on it now. And so I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, you know, I was never thinking about quitting or nothing like that. I'm always thinking about like how can we reach more people. That has been
Right.
always been my thing. How can we reach more people? So But on that note, y'all, I gotta get out of here. Y'all gonna rock for a little bit? Or y'all?
Can you rock sub?
I like 7 o'clock. I really got to get my kids ready for school. That's why I said I could do an hour every time. You know what I mean?
All right.
Right now.
Oh yeah, you gotta get out of here too. Then
Yeah.
you gotta.
Yeah,
you
for
gotta
me,
get out of
it's 7. For y'all, it's 10. So like, my kids got to be at school by 7:30. You feel me? And
No
I gotta
problem. No problem.
Got to be on the road too, though. But I would, like, I'll love to do it again. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to be here again. You know, if y'all have me, I'm saying next Thursday.
No doubt.
Absolutely. You have that open invitation, brother. Thursdays.
Yeah, you part of the fam.
Yeah, for sure.
I just like to ask. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
Yeah.
It is-
Nah, and I respect that. I respect that. At least you didn't come on here. Yo, I'm back on here next week, right?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out. Salute to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Thanks again, fellas. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day.
No doubt. Appreciate you, bro. Tonight, right?
Yeah, tonight. Yeah, 11
I
o'clock.
got the thing out there. I'll email it. I'll text it in a few minutes.
All right, y'all.
All right.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Another great show, man. Another great show. Another great group of guests in the panel. I hope everyone that was listening, their lives have been enriched by something that was said, either from Sub, either from Pastor Maynard, either from Uncle Freezy, or myself. This is what we do here at Vibes and Stuff, man. We build a vibe and we talk about stuff. So if you're interested and this is your first time watching us, man, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that subscribe, make sure you click all notifications so that when we upload or we go live, you'll know you come kick it. Make sure you tell your friends, man, and then they're going to tell their friends. And that's how we going to get this thing really cracking. We appreciate everybody coming through. We'll be back here tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Peace, y'all.